Hi, my name is Dave. This is Games Gone South, and we are now up to session 5 out of my 7-day solo RPG challenge. And boy, did things kind of go haywire last time. Quinn and Agni tried to get into their uncle's manor via a very ill conceived plan. Agni is supposed to run interference while Quinn hopped the fence to sneak inside the house, but things got a little wonky, and it ended up reversing roles where Quinn was dealing with the guards and causing the distraction, leaving Agni the one to actually go to the house. Quinn managed to lure away some of the manor guards, only to get tangled up with some of the city guards that were patrolling the area, and presumably he is going back to jail. So, where I think that leaves us now is having Agni make her way through her uncle's manor, trying to find the map that they were originally coming here to steal to begin with. Now, I don't have any stats made up already for Agni, and I don't think the book has stats for 12-year-old girl, but I think I know what I'm going to do. And now, Shadow of the Weird Wizard is based off of the rules of Robert Schwab's other game, Shadow of the Demon Lord. And in that game, you don't start off as level 1 with the novice path like you do in Weird Wizard. You actually start off as a level 0 character, a starting tier, basically just a normal everyday person who has something happen to them that gets thrust into an adventure and gains a level and a novice path at level 1 if they manage to survive their opening adventure. So that is not the default in Shadow of the Weird Wizard, but there is the option to do the starting tier. And there is no path with it. There is no equipment except for the set of clothes you have on your back and a little bit of silver. All of the ability scores start at 10, and the relevant modifier is 10 subtracted from your ability score. So basically, all the modifiers are plus 0. Natural defense starts as an 8, and the character starts with 5 health. It says that you can randomly determine a profession. I don't know that a 12-year-old girl would have a profession. I guess I could just randomly roll it and see if it makes sense. Yeah, let's just do that and see what happens. Okay, so here are the profession categories. Let's roll on this and just see if we can come up with something that might be appropriate to a 12-year-old girl. That is a 14. Wilderness, I believe that was the same thing as a Quinn. Wouldn't this be a coincidence if she was a woodcutter as well? But let's see, where is that at? Wilderness, here we go. Let's roll another d20 and see what comes up. 4. Forester, you worked as a game warden for a noble's preserve. You have a bow and arrow. Okay, I guess I mind giving her a bow and arrow, and I guess that would make sense if you. I guess that makes sense if you're being taken care of by your brother, who is a woodcutter. I mean, I guess it makes sense that you are familiar with the forest, and maybe she's really good with animals. So, uh, you know what? Yeah, I'm okay with that. That's how I'm going to interpret that. That she, as a forester, she's good with animals and has a bow and arrow. And by being good with animals, I mean that she plays well with the little critters like the birds and squirrels, but she's also pretty good with her bow and being able to hunt small game. I think that would be appropriate for this situation. So my first order of business here is going to be definitely updating that chaos factor uh, because the last scene was extremely out of control. I think I would jump it up by like 2 points if I could, but I guess I could. I'm not going to, but I am going to put it up to 6. That last scene was number 4, and it was distracted the guards. get in the manor. Okay. So now this is going to be scene 5 in the manor. And here we have Agni's character sheet with information I may need. So how are we going to do this manor infiltration? I have been trying to give this some thought, and what I'm going to try may be completely bonkers and not work out at all, but I have this D12 here that is essentially a dungeon generation die. You would roll it, and then whatever came up, that's going to be your dungeon. Except we're not doing a dungeon here. We're doing a manor. We're doing like a residence. So I don't think I'm going to roll this, but I don't think I'm going to take the results quite literally, and maybe just use it as inspiration for what might be there and draw it out as we go and kind of see if I can make sense of it as an actual building. Like I said, this may go poorly and I may end up redoing all of this, but I'm going to give it a shot for right now. I also think I am going to use this domicile description table here from the Mythic Gym emulator. Roll a room or hallway or whatever, and with this die, and then use the table to determine what the room is. This may end up making no sense whatsoever in the end of it, but I'm going to give it a shot. Worst case scenario, I can re-record this. So, here we go. Agni, not knowing what is going on outside with her brother. I don't even know if she's concerned about his well-being at the moment. I think there's a lot of adrenaline and nervousness and excitement as she is coming up to this building. And whereas Quinn was going to go through like a window, a side window or something, I think in the excitement and nerves, I think she's just going to go up to the front door. But before she gets that far, I guess I need to think about like what kind of possible things we need to be looking out for. There's at least 3 guards that are going to be in this building somewhere. Potentially her uncle could be in this building somewhere. And this is the manor home of her rich uncle. So, I mean, presumably there could be servants or butlers or maids or whatever, something else like that here. Okay, so I'll try to keep all of that in mind as I'm going through this. I guess we'll just start off rolling and see what it looks like as she comes in. Okay, so that is, so the number is like that, but I rolled it as I'm looking at it is like this. So I'm going to say that there is a big foyer area or something. Here's the front door, and there's doors going this way. Okay, so do I want to roll for this first room, or do I just assume that it's like a coat room or something? I think I'll go ahead and try rolling. Okay, that's a 35, which is extravagant. 23, damaged. Okay, so I got extravagant and damaged. So extravagant makes sense, but what is damaged about it? Let's see if I can get some more details. Let's roll on this meaning tables descriptions. 16, combatively that changed on me. We'll call it for combatively average. Okay, so we've got extravagant and damaged, and we've got combatively average. So I think that this first room right here is going to have various depictions of battles, like tapestries or paintings on the walls of soldiers. And there's also going to be weapon mounts on the walls, like the crossed swords or shields or something on the walls. Upon close inspection, they would probably be revealed to be maybe replicas, or if not that, then pieces of not very good quality. Agni is not going to take the time to go scrutinize them. But yeah, this room is just kind of, this room is the first thing people are going to see as they come in here. I think this will tell you what kind of collector Bayav is. I guess we also need to find out, is there a person in this room, like a guard or a cleaning person? I think I'll roll this for every room that I make and just call it 50-50, just to keep it simple. Although we are at Chaos Factor 6, and 50-50 means 65 or less is a yes. So that increases the odds a bit. I'll still do that. I'm going to roll to see if there's a person in this room. 25. Yes, there is a person in this room. Okay. My initial thought is it's going to be one of the guards. So, is it a guard? 16. That is a yes. Not an extreme yes, but a yes nonetheless. Okay, so Agni is going to slowly open the front door, peek in, and see. Does she see? Does she notice the guard that is there? There is a rule in Weird Wizard that hasn't come up yet, and that's the luck roll. When you're wanting to do something that's not necessarily tied to one of your attributes, and there's like a roughly 50-50 chance of something happening, then you can make a luck roll. It's essentially just a straight d20 roll with a target of 10. You don't add any of your modifiers to it. The rules here say that it's useful for seeing if characters happen to notice details around them with a casual glance, or to check if they hear anything interesting when they put an ear to a door. Or it could also be used to determine random events. So I think this is a good opportunity just to use a luck roll, and we'll see if Agni notices a guard in this opening room. Nope, she does not. So this guard is going to see her before she sees him. And when he does, "Hey, what are you doing there?" And she's going to let out a little frightened geep and back out the door. And she's going to try to run back toward the front gates, or she's going to try to run around the house. I'll roll for it. Odds, she runs to the gate. Evens, she runs around the house. Odds, she runs to the gate. So the guard is going to chase after her toward the gate. I think the guard could probably easily overtake her, but I do want to give her a chance to try to get away. So does she get away from the guard and out the gate? I think this is very unlikely. 39. No, she does not make it to the gate before the guard is upon her and grabs her and relinquishes her of her bow, throws her over his shoulder, kicking and screaming, beating him on the back. He's just taking it in stride and saying, "Let's go see your uncle." So that did not last long. We managed to see one whole room of this manor. Now I guess we'll go over and see how Quinn is doing. So Quinn was outside getting arrested by the guards. Do they take him back to the jail? Or does the city patrol hand him over to his uncle's guards to take him to see his uncle? I think it is likely that the city patrol turns him over to the manor guards because they were the ones who were chasing him down to begin with. So let's just roll to find out if that happens. I think it's likely. So 75 or less is a yes. 44, yes. They do hand him over to his uncle's guards. But look what we got here. We got doubles, 44. I believe this is the first time this has happened, unless I missed one previously. But rolling doubles, and when that digit is within the chaos factor, which our chaos factor is 6, so it is less than our chaos factor, that means a random event happens. So this is exciting. So we have our random event focus table. Let's see what's going to happen here. 17 is a new NPC. Okay, so somebody is about to be introduced here. Let's roll and find out something about this person. I think I'll roll on the action table over here. Let's see what we come up with. 8. Attack. Okay. 27. Attack environment. So there is a new NPC. There's attacking environment. I think I am going to need a little more information than that. Okay, I'm going to roll on the character identity table again. 71. Pleaser. 70. Planner. Okay, so attack environment, pleaser, planner. The first thing that comes to mind is some kind of terrorist, or maybe a terrorist organization. It doesn't have to be an individual. Oh, huh. I wonder, could this... I think this is a terrorist organization. I think this is somebody who's wanting to... I think this is somebody who wants to bring the downfall of the government, or maybe a particular organization with the government. I'm curious now if perhaps Thavish is part of this group. I'm thinking maybe before Quinn's story even started, Thavish, as part of this organization, was trying to bribe some kind of official to do something. I don't know what that is. But now, whatever organization that Thavish belongs to is making their move. I don't want to just decide that. I want to roll on that, but I think that is a kind of a cool idea. I am going to say that is very likely. And at a chaos factor 6, that is an 85 or less for a yes. That is a 36, so yes, that is what is happening. So that is pretty cool how just a few random rolls can make your brain just start making these connections. I'm not going to figure out all the details of that right now, but that is very interesting. So the city patrol is about to hand Quinn over to his uncle's guards when all of a sudden there's, I don't know, some kind of explosion from down the street that rocks the whole street. And people just come running, screaming in terror from down the road and into into this part of the street where Quinn and all these guards are at. So I think that Quinn, taking advantage of all of this confusion, is going to get himself loose and join up with this crowd of people who are running, trying to escape the pandemonium that's going on down the street over here. All right, so this crowd of people is going to take Quinn all the way back down in front of his uncle's manor as they're running this way away from everything. And as he's going by, he's going to start yelling, Agni! Agni! Where are you? But of course, he's not going to find her. He doesn't know that she has made her way into the manor and has been captured. Okay, so I've got a thought here. Is it possible that Bavish himself is here among this crowd of people, blending in to the crowd, trying to not look conspicuous, as he was for sure involved in this incident that just happened? Is it possible that he, in this crowd, sees Quinn? Let's find out. I'm going to give it a 50-50. 45. Yes, Bavish is there. Bavish is part of the crowd that is escaping from this terrorist attack. He hears a voice crying out over the noise of the crowd, yelling, Agni! Agni! And he recognizes that voice. Bavish makes his way through the crowd over to Quinn, grabs him by the arm, and says, Come with me. Not expecting this, Quinn will look over in surprise and recognize the face. And say, No, I've got to find my sister. Agni! Agni, where are you? Bavish will squeeze a little tighter. If she's smart, she's already long gone from here. Let's go. And he'll kind of start to drag him along. Reluctantly, Quinn will start to move with Bavish and start running behind him. And they run with a few minutes kind of blending into the crowd until they come to a building farther away, to which Bavish will knock on the door. It'll open from the inside and they'll go inside. Bavish will go and grab a chair and pull it up and offer it to Quinn, who sits down in it, huffing and puffing. My sister. I've got to find my sister. I don't know where she is now. Bavish will say, Boy, what were you doing up there? My sister. I don't know if she's okay. I need to go back. Bavish will reply, Do you know what just happened up there, boy? Quinn will say, What do you mean? That explosion. What do you think that was? I don't know. I didn't have time to think about it. But let me tell you. My friends and I are here on a mission to root out the corruption in this city. What happened was just the first of it, taking out some of these corrupt officials that run this town. And you were about to be right in the middle of it. Because Ravenfly is next. And I think that is a great dramatic place to end a scene. A lot of unexpected stuff happening this time. Definitely have no idea what's going to happen now. I guess we will find out tomorrow. Thanks for watching.